Hi Anne, so this is just a quick tutorial video just covering the things that we went over yesterday. The first part is to get you into Bramble so that you can make some changes to your website. And the second thing that we'll have a look at is the shop side of things, which is done through Free Web Store. So I've sent you an email, and in that email there are links and usernames and passwords. So for the Bramble one, if you just click on the link and puts in the username and password, you then just click sign me in. That will then bring you to this screen here. Just ignore any messages over the right hand side about payments due. There's never any payments due. I don't really know why those appear there. On the left hand side you come across to websites and you click that. That will bring up a little thumbnail of your website there, and then below that you have edit website, so just click on that. If you have fast broadband, it will load in a couple of seconds like that, and if you're on a slower connection it can take up to 60 seconds for Bramble to load. As we talked about before, there'll be strange symbols and the slider will be repeated, so pretty much ignore all of that. Scroll down to the sections that you want to make changes to, and as we said before, they will then highlight in those green boxes. You can then make different changes. You can add text in, delete text, reword bits, anything that you want. When you're happy with the changes that you've made, you go up the top and you publish. A couple of things to mention here as well. These sort of gold bars at the bottom, don't change any of the text in there, please. They're keywords that have been submitted to Google. So if you remove those or delete those or change those, that will change how this site's going to rank in the future. So just leave the gold bars at the bottom. They're purely there for Google to pick up the keywords, no other reason. But you can go through and make any text changes to any other bits. We did discuss sort of images as well. Where images are sort of on their own, you can just replace them without any problems. To do that, you click the image, you click change image, you upload, you just drag off your desktop or use the little upload option here of the image that you want to put in there instead. When you do that, there's one last thing that you have to do, and that's to do with when they click, they get an enlarged version of that image. So if you just upload a new image, turn that button off, click away from that image, click back onto the image, and then turn that option back on again. What that basically makes sure is the small version of this image and the large version of this image always need to be the same photograph. So that might not make sense, but the process is fairly straightforward. So you click, you change, you upload your new image, you turn that button off so there's no preview, you click off it, you click back on it, and you turn that back on so that basically this image at the top and this image at the bottom need to match. I won't go into the technical reasons why you have to do that, but just that's just something to bear in mind for any images that you want people to be able to click and see a larger version of. And then, as we said before, at the top here, every page is in the menu up here. So every page you want to make changes to, you just select it. You can then go into that page, make alterations as you need to, and then publish. So pretty straightforward. We sort of covered most of this, but I just wanted to go over it again so that you had access. You might need to watch this video a couple of times for it to make sense. Same with the shop. You know, if you wanted to mark anything as sold, you come into where the price was, put the word sold, then highlight that and make it bold so it matches all the others. You can also change the button. So for this one, we've changed the button to say sold. So if you click the button, you click edit link at the top here. Instead of it saying the word buy, you can put in capitals the word sold and then save. You'll see the button then changes. So that's how you could mark an item as being sold in the shop section of the website. I will just now quickly cover Free Web Store and how you put items out of sale on there to make sure that people can't purchase them, basically. But yeah, hopefully that covers Bramble. It gets you in, it gets you access, and you can make some simple changes. Obviously, as I said before, as long as you don't publish changes, you won't do any damage. So for example, I've just made all those changes. I don't want to save those, so I can just basically leave. I didn't publish, and the site is then completely safe. So there's no changes have been made. So this is where it gets a little bit fiddly, but the way to think of Free Web Store is this is how we're selling items. So the website is its own thing. It's just advertising you and your art, and it's got all the text on. But obviously to sell something, we need a secure shopping system which is going to handle card payments securely. And that's what Free Web Store is. So that's basically handling people's card payments and placing their orders. So that's why we're using Free Web Store. So again, I've sent you the login. If you log in, it'll bring you to this screen here. If you go into manage, you have products, and then if you then list all the products that you have, you can basically see that's every item that's currently on the website and in the shop. We've got one in here that's sold, and we've marked that as sold. But how we did that is we turned the stock level to 0, and then at the name of the actual piece, we actually put sold next to it in capitals. So it's something that now somebody cannot purchase. And obviously that's quite important. If you go to an art event and you sell several products, you can quickly log into Free Web Store and mark them all as sold. And I will just quickly go over how to do that for you. So if we go back to products and list them all, if we sold, for example, this one, you would click it. And then at the top in the description, you could just pop in that it's sold. And here where it says stock level, you set that to 0. And then what you must do at the top right is then save. Then when you save that, people cannot buy it. And then obviously if they try to buy it, it will tell them there's no stock, it's out of stock, it's not available. So you can quickly put items for sale as sold, mark them all and take them off so people can't purchase them on the site. If you get stuck with any of this, you obviously can ask for help. You have half an hour of free support from me every month. So if you're struggling to update the gallery, or you're struggling to change some photographs, or you're struggling to keep on top of marking things sold, it's not a problem. You can just give me a list as you've done before and I can make changes for you. But obviously what I've covered over the last couple of days is getting you access to make some simple changes yourself, and also managing the stock levels and marking things for sold in the shop itself. So hopefully it gives you the ability to do some of that yourself if you want to, and if not, don't forget that you have that free support from me as well. So yeah, hopefully that's everything that you need, and thanks for watching.